Alright guys, so this is the instructional video for Thursday, the 21st of January. So what we're doing today is a sheet that looks like this. Types of muscles. Again, what we're going to do, and I'm going to do this with you, is we're going to cut this away. So let me do that. Alright, see how I cut that away from the others. And then remember that if it's bolded, we fold it. So like this is a bold line, we're going to end up folding it. And if it's dotted, we cut it. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to cut this, and then I'm just going to fold along the bolded line there. Now, we're not going to worry about this part here, other than that we are going to put glue on it. Hopefully, I have some glue up here. Alright, so this would be the back. Make sure it's the side that has this type written here. And I'm going to put glue on it. And it's probably going to have to go vertically in the notebook because I'm afraid if we go horizontally, it's going to go over the edge. So I put glue on it, and now I have my nice little flaps where I can write stuff underneath. So if you need to catch up, just go ahead and press pause. I'm going to keep on going. So let me draw your attention to something here. This is the 3 different types of muscles that we talked about in Tuesday's video. Smooth muscles, skeletal muscles, cardiac muscle. And what they've done here, which is super cute, is they have shown basically the territory of these muscles in the body. The one that we usually think of when we think of muscles is the skeletal muscles. And that's these outer ones that we can stretch and extend and contract, and we work them out in the gym. They're the ones we use to move our body. Those are the skeletal muscles. So let's start with that one in the middle, since it is the most popular and well known. Okay. So the first thing I want us to realize is that they are voluntary. Remember, that means that we can make them move if we want them to. We can keep them still if we want them to. If I put my arm here and I never want to move it ever again, I don't have to, because I have complete voluntary control over my arm. Now, I'm not going to do that. I just moved it, so you see how long that lasted. All right. These cover and move bones. So again, I want to move my arm right here. My radius bone and my ulna bone are in there, and my muscle is working with those bones to cause my lower arm here to move because I want them to. And obviously this is associated with movement of our bodies. All right, and that's the skeletal muscle. If you need more time, just pause it. I'm going to close it up and move on to my favorite one. If you don't remember, that's the smooth muscles. So as you can see, what they've done here is it doesn't look like this guy here. It looks completely different. We're looking at the organs inside the body. I see the brain, I see the lungs, I see the intestines, all them tubes and folding parts all flipped up in there that, you know, our food eventually makes its way out as waste through those. It's a good reason there's a good reason that they show it, because smooth muscle is associated with our organs. Okay, so first thing I want to have us recall is that these muscles are involuntary. So that is the antonym of voluntary. They're opposites. So we move our skeletal muscles because we want to. We have complete and total control over those. And if we want to, just in defiance, keep our arm here forever, we could. But these guys, the smooth muscles, we don't have any conscious control over them. We can't tell them what to do and what not to do. They're going to do it regardless. Another part of our brain that we don't think with is controlling that. Our brainstem and all of this back here that causes our body to do what it does and we don't even realize it's happening, like breathing and our heart beating and all of that stuff. So this is involuntary. These muscles are going to work and do what they need to do, whether we tell them to or not, whether we want them to or not. These muscles are in control of organs. They do not connect to bones. An example would be smooth muscles that are inside our kidney. I know I mentioned those in our intestines in the last video. There's smooth muscle in our kidneys as well. And obviously, because that's an organ, the organs is as well, all the others, not just the kidney or just the intestine. All right, so if you need to pause this to finish filling it in, I'm going to close it up now and go to my second favorite, cardiac muscles. Remember, I told you to think cardiac, you need to think heart. Cardiologists are doctors that specialize in the heart. Our cardiac muscles are the tissue, the muscle tissue of the heart. So, one thing they didn't mention in the notes Tuesday, that I know there was a question about this with the assignment, and I made sure I alluded to it in the video so that you would know what the answer was, even though they didn't mention this part. The cardiac muscle is also involuntary. So it's just like the smooth muscle in this regard. So unlike the skeletal muscles, which we can control with our thoughts, we cannot control our cardiac muscle with our thoughts. It's going to do its job whether we want to or not. And its job is to pump the heart, which in turn will pump the blood out. And our example, where this can be found, is the heart. It's really appropriate to draw a heart there. In fact, our heart is made up of muscle. It's a muscle. And obviously, cardiac muscle is the type of muscle that makes up the heart. All right, that's all that we have for our notes today. So you can close that up. But refer to it, though, when you are doing the questions, which I'm going to get to in just a sec. All right, so this is the Google Form assignment, which is designed to check not only your understanding, but whether you have participated in the instructional video. So, number 1, true or false? Ms. Brinson cut and pasted in this video. Did I do that? False. Kangaroo, true or elephant? Number 2, what color was the shirt of the person in this video? Well, the person in the video is me, and here's my shirt. And your options are green, orange, red, or white. Number 3, which type of muscle did the speaker say was her favorite? Did I say that smooth muscle was my favorite, cardiac, skeletal, or deltoid, which I didn't even mention at all, so that is obviously not the answer. Number 4, if you're curious, deltoid is a muscle in this region. Which type of muscle is voluntary from this list? Remember, voluntary means we can control it with our thoughts. If we want it to move, we can. If we don't want it to move, we keep it still. Is that skeletal, smooth, involuntary, which is the opposite of voluntary, so we shouldn't be picking that, or cardiac, When you are finished, make sure you click submit. Make sure you are satisfied with your answers before you click submit, because the first submission you turn in, because it's time-stamped, is the one that I am going to accept. If you have any questions or need any help, you can send me a message in Google Classroom. You can email me and I will happily assist you. Make sure this is done by 11:59 tonight.